I wasn't. Shuck it, duck it.
There y'all are?
Quack.
Yeah. Where my quack, Jamal? Jamal, where's my quack?
Let's start over. Do it again.
Shuck it, duck it.
You on mute.
I muted him because he kept talking.
I was muted.
No, I muted him.
Okay.
Now you can try it again. Third time's a charm.
Jamal looking like he froze. You know, Jamal, if Bernard not here, that falls on you. That falls on you, Jamal not here now. I don't know what's wrong with you and Robert. Y'all act like y'all can't look at that screen. Y'all act like y'all I don't see nothing up there. Y'all see the scrolling? Y'all don't see nothing?
Well,
I don't see nothing.
The angel of God's sword. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Boy, Sean done that like he down there E93.
Sean, hey, he look like he's in a real studio, don't he?
Boy, look at that. Got that beard. Boy, look at that. Got that beard trim.
It's like he's in a real studio.
It's my winter look. Got to keep that cold air off of my face and stuff like that.
Okay. You in the studio in Carolina or you in the studio in Georgia?
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Midway right now, but I'll be in Charleston tomorrow. My mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, girl.
Yeah, so going out to take her to get some seafood.
Oh, okay. Well, we just starting up. When waiting on the rest of them. The great Charlie Brown will probably be in. He's in Bible study. Y'all know he's a minister now, so
Oh
he
my
can't
goodness.
do too much cussing and all that kind of stuff.
When they let
So
that
we
happen?
got the great Charlie. We got Tiffany and Sandra. They're somewhere around. I guess they'll be on after a while. I don't know whether JB will show up tonight or not. And Bernard, we congratulate Bernard on his what is TikTok success. He's a grand hit over there on TikTok doing his thing, America at the Dock, and we congratulate the brother. so we
Who got a
will
dog?
be going on with the show
That's
from
me.
there. Huh?
Okay, you might say
Yeah,
mine
in
in
a
the house.
whole other room.
Jamal Cameron went out. That computer seemed to be going pretty good though. We want to also thank all our sponsors: Kim's Cafe and Restaurant, 714 MLK, Savannah, Georgia. Great food, great atmosphere, soul food cooked like your mama made it. Open Tuesdays through Sunday. So y'all make sure y'all go by Kim's. Tell them y'all heard it right here on the Rabble, right here on Our Black Media Network. One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Farmers Market on Highway 80, black owned and operated. Shepherd's Gas and Food Mart, 1302 West Gwinnett Street, only black owned gas station in Chatham County. Don't drive by, stop by.
All right. I like that.
Davis Bozeman Law Firm,
Hallelujah.
the law firm that gets you great results.
You ain't lying.
You got offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Y'all go out and help our sponsors.
Hey,
and
watch
don't
this. Julius, watch it. I might need to be calling them soon.
Yeah, you will be. You will be. Jamal already told you you're going to need a lawyer.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
And then don't forget, y'all can get my book.
All rise.
Y'all can get my book. It'll be strolling at the bottom on information. I sold 8 Saturday after that, after I was attacked by Jamal's cousin. And I sold 3 more today. So we're rolling. You know, people are calling and then requesting the book. And y'all just get ready for it. We got and we also want to thank our newest sponsor, Judge Katie Brewington. She's running for magistrate judge. She's the judge out there in Pooler, Georgia, right now. Y'all support all our sponsors, please. Yeah. All right. We got over 100 people watching already. So I guess they want us to do something besides me running my mouth. Y'all know I don't say too much. Mr. Brown will be on in a minute.
Yeah, and y'all get ready because y'all got to stand up when he come in the room.
The angel of God's sword. So you the killing angel.
That's what they say he do.
He's the killing angel?
He kill him with words. He kill him with kindness.
He's the killing angel.
That's right. He kill him with kindness. Now,
he's the killing angel. Okay.
Shout out. Y'all missed out. Shout out to Two Shelves Restaurant. Man, that was a beautiful Gullah Geechee Grand African Ball this past week. Uncle Sean. All rise. The Honorable Charlie Brown. Please start.
You too kind. You too kind.
Sir, I'm gonna hold you at contempt.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
I can't hear y'all.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Okay,
hello, Mr. Brown.
Up a little bit there. I was gonna say you kind of dark tonight, Charlie.
He been in that sun.
Yeah, he ain't been in no sun. He's sitting in his car.
In the car. I can't hear y'all.
Turn it up. Take it off mute.
Put on your hearing aid.
We hear you.
What does that mean? Is that new fandango stuff they do?
Can you hear us now, Mr. Brown?
Then you stop eating.
Joy, people say this is the podcast I be on.
We can't hear you, Julius.
You might have to call him. Call him, Julie. Go ahead. What's the first thing on this, Sean? You in charge?
He said, I'm in charge.
Yeah, you got the agenda.
All righty then. All righty then. Let's go on to our first topic.
Me and Teray got other shows. I mean, come on now. You got to do some kind of work.
All right, our first discussion is supposed to be on who's above the law. We're trying to figure out who's above the law. Donald Trump thinks he's above the law. Y'all agree? Don?
Well, I'm funny you asked that, and I knew you were going to ask me that question. So this morning I was driving down 95 to 26, and the one thing I realized, I've had conversations this week about, y'all better get ready for 4 more years of Trump, and I'm gonna tell you why. People don't care about all that legal foolishness. People care about everyday issues like their bottom line, and I think that the problem we have right now is the Democrats not strategizing. People are taking it lightly, and this man is gaining steam. And you know why? And I'm gonna tell you, watch this. Young black voters are flocking to the Republican Party, and folk who have small businesses realize the seriousness, how much he has done and how much they have benefited under the Trump presidency. So, folks, get ready.
I beg to differ. I don't think that we have enough idiots in this country to do that. We have a bunch of them, but I don't think we have enough idiots to put him over the top.
The trash up here, Joy. We're looking for trash.
And Charlie, we can hear you, but you can't hear us. We don't know why. Is there a microphone plugged in or something?
That volume.
Right. They probably need to go to their volume, look at their volume.
Yeah, somebody give him a call.
I already talked to him.
You couldn't hear him or he couldn't hear you.
For some, this is the first time that ever happened.
Might
I
need to
couldn't
mute
hear them, but they can't hear me either.
You might need to
No,
mute
we
him.
can hear him.
Yeah.
We just
Charlie
can't hear him.
checking everything. They go sound right there.
Yeah, can y'all hear us?
Well, I'm gonna mute him for a minute, so we
Okay.
can he'll be able to still hear us if he gets it fixed.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But we're gonna get on to our first topic of discussion and general discussion. General discussion is anyone above the law?
You ain't heard no Sean. Sean already got us.
He already started that, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was talking. I'm sorry, Sean. I was talking to Miss Brown on the phone, trying to get Charlie's piece right.
You were so busy trying to attack my cousin that's what you just.
Nah. Can y'all hear us now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
we hear y'all.
All right, all rise, and then we'll get back to the topic. Mr. Brown, the floor is yours. Anyone speak, I'm going to hold you at contempt of court. Mr. Brown, Judge Brown.
As always, hello, boys and ladies. I'm looking to have a great night tonight. We're going to have a great show tonight. Far as I'm concerned, I heard Kamala Harris was in town yesterday, the vice president. You can put 2 thumbs up, but I'm just sharing it with the people. We're here in Savannah. I'd like to say hello to all my friends in New York, California, Arizona. I got a few friends in there, Missouri,
We ready?
South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida. Welcome to the show. I'm the one and only Charlie Brown.
And you doing what?
And, forgot. And my name is All Night Long. Trust me. It's good to see y'all guys. You look good. Jamal, put a smile on your face. I do owe you an open public apology from the day, and I want you to accept my apology.
I do.
Right. I think you're a man of great character, and you do things to help people promote whatever in this community that's worthy cause. I just want to thank you for being what you do. Robert, as always, I want you to continue to be a newspaper reporter. You do a good job at that, trust me. you get things done.
That's
And
it.
as always, Sean, it's good to see you.
How you doing there, Mr. Brown?
You got a great voice. The Temptation could use that bass voice.
Jamar's a genius and God's wrath on the world. Is this that same person making America wake up? They must be related to Jamar or something. They were on Saturday night.
Julius, I was through talking. I wanted to compliment you. I think in your own right, you probably have fired more people than anyone I know, any employee I ever represent. You fire more people than a little bit. So I just want to share to the viewing audience, we're looking for help. So contact Julius Hall if you got skills in a lot of area of technology. I want to thank you guys.
All right, back to the top.
Contact Jamar Torre. Don't contact me.
Power on.
They say he's my daddy.
What? All right. Who's above the law, Sean? Who's above the law?
Is connecting.
Say again.
Who's above the law? I think Jamal Porter said the only thing above the law is money.
Really good.
And it's kind of, it's kind of true because you can buy yourself out of court nowadays. You know, like you can settle out of court instead of go to court, settle. I think I read something where you can plea out of but you can plea out of a murder case. Had the right lawyers, the right money.
But is that above the law? You still getting your day in court. If you're above the law, you're not even going to court.
That's correct. Anytime you use the term you're above the law, is that you're speeding down the highway. Everyone else will get a ticket for doing almost 100 miles an hour in a 45-mile zone. And that person say, I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to be fined. That's above the law. That's a perfect example.
Yeah,
but we used to think that police lived above the law all the time because you see them, you know, they got the little thin blue line and you see that car traveling like, hey.
I'm gonna find out right now, Joe.
No, if they go outside this jurisdiction and a state trooper catch that police officer, he's not above the law.
That's right. Julius, can I ask you a question? We have a guest in the house. How many people are looking at our show right now while we speaking? Approximate
275.
275 looking at it right now, Joey. Okay, thank you. I got one of my disciples with me.
Oh my God! Not the elevator.
Joy, you want to come stick your head in here?
Y'all
might not remember him, but this is George Grady right here. Just stick your head and bend down behind me right there. That's my brother, George Grady.
Hey, George.
You might want to watch out for Charlie Brown. They say he's still.
I was under the impression no harm done. White people, them the ones keep their hands in their pocket. He got his hand right.
He got his hand in his pocket, so you can't take nothing from him.
All right, Joy. See you a little later, buddy.
Okay, so where are we at? Is anybody above the law? Is Donald Trump above the law as president? Should he be treated differently?
Well, I say no. But go ahead, Jamal. I've already talked.
Right. Because I was trying to figure out how I didn't have a chance to talk, but Charlie Brown wanted to interrupt, and he wanted to show one of his disciples. He now has a God complex now. He has a God complex right now. And so it's going to get worse. I'm just let y'all know it's going to get worse. He's going to also have, that's why you got to have God's angel of sword. So, but I'm going to show people like this. We have what's called the rule of law. The rule of law, our government is supposed to operate, our systems operate on the rule of law that no one's above the law. But you have systems that are called the rule of man, and that's when you have dictatorships. That's what Hitler was about, the rule of man. And so what we're looking at right now, we have people who will function and go along with that because, again, the ego that Donald Trump has. And that is dangerous for people to think that that's okay. So again, but no, the rule of man is not supposed to apply. But then we also saw they engage in something called ochlocracy. Ochlocracy is mob rule. January 6th, that's what they try to engage in. Ochlocracy, mob rule, that they now will determine. And African Americans have been affected by the concept of the rule of man and also ochlocracy. Your ancestors, when they were held in captivity, were subjected to a person determining what will happen to them and could do anything to them. So then you also later on have the mob rule, where now you got people being lynched and burned and killed. So guess what? No one's above the law, and we need to be adamant about that, and we fight against that all the time.
Okay. Well, the appeals court of D.C. Say the same thing that you said, Jamal, and they said that nobody is above the law, not even this guy. I mean, there are certain things. If he killed a foreign leader, if he did something in another country for the safeguard of the homeland security, of the safeguard of the homeland, then that's something different. Then he has to be tried on the world court. But as far as him doing something to the American people, if he injure us as a whole, then he should be prosecuted. And that's why he's having his day in court now. He thinks that he's above the law. He thinks that he can go and do anything he wants to, and that he has immunity. Only person who has immunity in this country is Charlie Brown.
Well, thank you, Julius. And I'll say, I try not to hit below the belt, but sometimes people have a tendency to throw curveballs, and they know who they are. That was not necessary. I can see why a lot of people got upset, and one individual no longer on the show, because a curveball was thrown, and I'm not going to try to rebuttal the curve. I'm going to just take that curve and hit it.
Which curveball?
A few minutes ago.
By who?
Julius, I want you to, it's this blackmail, Julius.
I mean, you got to pay attention then. You got to pay attention to the video. He has it loaded down there on the bottom down there. Now,
yeah. I say he's a fine gentleman. He threw the curveball. I went in and just hit it. And just let the curve go. And let's go on to another subject.
Yeah, I heard you being blackballed and blackmailed. And there's video footage of you.
Boy,
and
I wish I'd have been on a bucket that day. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's video footage that we are trying to see, but Jamal doesn't want to release.
Go ahead, next subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Julius, get on with the show, Jamal. Stop playing so much. We got work to do.
Okay, our next subject is we're going to go to the great state of Alabama. The great state of Alabama. The Alabama Democratic Party wants Nick Saban to run against Tommy Tuberville for the Senate seat that Tommy Tuberville now occupies. Tommy Tuberville is a racist Republican who led Auburn University for a long time and had to deal with us. So with the way that he's governing, you would think that something is wrong with him. He's lost his mind or something, because did he treat his players, his black players, like that when he was a coach at Auburn? And Nick Saban, I thought that he was a Trump fan. Why would the Democrats want Saban to run against Tommy Tuberville? And I don't think he'll do it anyway.
I don't think he'll do it. But Saban, I want you all to go back. I want to say it was when George Floyd was killed. It was Saban who led his players in a march. I
didn't know that.
Saban is really Saban is dialed into social justice. Now, that doesn't mean he's a Democrat. And I think Democrats need to do a better job of strategizing instead of playing that bandwagon foolishness. And the problem is, that's I just think that's a bad, as Democrats typically do, bad strategy. And I'm a Democrat, so I'm speaking from experience. Bad strategy. But the thing is, no, Saban is dialed into social justice.
Okay. Charlie.
I think Nick Saban is not really a politician, although I think he'll probably beat Tommy Tuberville because of his popularity. But Nick is not a very what's the word? He don't have that desire to do a lot of communication, and being a senator, you will have to communicate with the press and your constituent a lot. And I think that's wishful thinking. I don't think he would even do it in the first place.
I don't know, Mr. Brown. I don't know. That you got to think as a coach, you got the voice of your players. I mean, like, not the voice of your players, you're the voice of your players. They hear your play. They're looking at it like, hey, you know what? This guy moves men, moves people in unity. They respond to him. They listen to him. He's a coach. Anybody that's a coach is a leader. And that's probably what they're looking for. Like, in so many words, you're not going to be a good coach unless you're a good leader. And for him, the national title, and then the popularity that he brings or whatever, it takes people that thinks outside, like they're probably looking at the leadership part.
And I think that's what they're drawing on. But what I'm saying, again, you're entitled to your opinion. Again, I don't think he knows the politics. He don't want to get in that arena, although Tuberville got in it for some strange reason. But I don't think Nick Saban is cut out that same cloth. I'm just saying, if he do, it'll be a good thing.
This is your granddaddy.
Leave my daddy alone.
Sean, what you think?
That's what I was saying. I believe to be a good coach and to win all the national championships, you have to be a good leader. So a politician, the politicians, basically, they used to be quarterbacks in football, or they, popular guys. And
right.
That's it, or, you know what I'm saying? That's how they got the position in the first place. A lot of people, they've been born politicians, grew up from kids or whatever because, hey, their daddy told them, hey, we're a political family. But not to say that Nick Saban, I believe, but his popularity, just like Trump, popular,
I can remember when Georgia won the first national championship, everyone was saying, Vince Dooley should run for president. They felt that strong about him. That was Georgia. That was a sentiment around every place. He probably would be a good candidate, but I'm saying he don't have that oral skill. Somebody else, please give me your input too.
And I'll use this because I work in higher education and I've been around these coaches, and I think how do I want to put this? I think Saban has. I agree with you, Sean, and he does have leadership skills. But there's a difference between having leadership skills and being strategic. And a lot of people, and I'll use this now. Right now,
you said being strategic.
Being strategic, like I'll use Barack Obama for example. He's a very strategic, calculated, thoughtful person. You do have to have those skills when you're coaching. But I'll go back to Saban. Saban is very cut and dry. I don't see him. It's almost to me like saying Stacey Abrams could be a good coach at women's basketball. She can't. It's obvious she can't. But she also not a good strategist.
She was a basketball player, then she could.
That's shocking. Oh, never mind.
I think he said,
yeah, right. But I don't see that. But I think we allow our excitement to drive us to impossible thoughts, right? So just because this person can do. It's like Kirby Smart. Kirby's a really good coach, but I don't think he's interested. Not when he wouldn't be a good, person in public leadership. It's just not his thing. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then why is Arthur Blank running for office? He's a good businessman.
Doesn't Belichick need a job?
Belichick need to go on to find him a place called home.
Belichick needs to actually apply for an accountant because he needs to be somewhere by himself. Because that's the kind of personality he have. He have a cut and dry personality, real bad.
And I think that's the only thing that would take them out of politics is the fact that they're probably too cut and dry for politics.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, you're not going to explain to the people why you cut a bill or whatever. You're just going to do what makes sense or what, you're probably not going to play the game that everybody else wants you to play. And you're probably going to use more curse words than the news and all that. And that's what they don't want in politics.
But I think, Jill, I think what's happening, Tuberville has been he's playing to his audience, period. He is one of the cheerleaders in the state of Alabama for all the ones who think like him, and the ones that are on the middle are leaning towards Tuberville. And Tuberville is devastated to this country, as far as I'm concerned. He was created from Donald Trump and Laura Barrett, whatever her name, from Donald Trump. Carrie Lake from Donald Trump. I can name all these people. Donald Trump gave birth to all these people. He has, believe it or not.
Yeah, he has. And what it did was, with him being so bold and brazen, that they figure that they can say and do anything, and then there won't be any accountability placed on them. And it hasn't been. The media has not been as dogged as they should be if this person was a Black Panther, or if this person was Nat Turner's first cousin who was involved in the movement. So they give these people a pass, and the media is complicit in a whole lot of this. What you say, Jamal?
Oh, I was just listening. It's fine.
Now, I asked you what you say about that.
Oh my. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Why? Okay, good. I'm gonna look at this again. You all brought it up. Tommy Tuberville, he coached African Americans. He profited off of Black folks. And that is almost like this is still going back 100, 200 years ago, that these Black folks get him wealthy, got him rich, got him in this position right here. And he then basically dismissed their humanity, not even concerned. Typical overseer mentality, typical oppressor mentality. And so that's what it is. And so, yes, the Democrats in Alabama need to get somebody who can run and get him out of office. But he is an absolute show of exploitation. So that's why I say any Black folks who are Republicans, this is the type of stuff you're dealing with. These jokers exploit you all and use you all and don't even respect your humanity. Some of y'all get some crumbs and y'all happy with that. I think you really, I'm serious now about this. I think he reflect exactly what we all sort of saying about Tuberville. I think you took it and put it in a nutshell, and we can now take that nutshell and bury it, because that's the problem. He is reflecting the culture of that mentality. Overseer, he didn't really own the plantation, but he was an overseer, got real rich. Mm-hmm. Good point.
Okay. Well, we're going to go to our first commercial, and then we'll be right back with our next subject, the Grammys. Y'all get ready for the Grammys. There's a lot of stuff that happened at the Grammys, and y'all got to be able to tell me what the hell is going on at the Grammys, because it's crazy.
I like
a couple of commercials. I'm going to play a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Katie Brewington and I'm running for Magistrate Court Judge. Magistrate Court is often called the People's Court because people represent themselves or are pro se litigants. Magistrate Court handles civil claims up to $15,000, dispossessory proceedings, pre-warrant applications, and good behavior bonds. I'm a great candidate for judge because I have the experience, compassion, and drive to get the job done. I have been a probation officer, a criminal defense attorney, a solicitor, and a municipal court judge, and I will take all of that experience to get the job done. So remember, vote Katie Brewington, May 21st, for Magistrate.
I'm doing it all night long.
Yeah. I said
my
I
mouse
asked
got
to be
stuck.
first.
Don't blame that on me. My mouse got stuck. Put my daddy in the Greatest Savannah Hall of Fame all night long. Show what you got on him, daddy, if he don't put you in.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Show it right now.
Sound like you fit to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
No, listen. Listen, we was on another topic. We need to discuss the Grammys. I think the person, in my opinion, was the most profound and correct was Jay-Z. Although he was defending his wife or whatever, because he didn't call her by name, but everyone know he was talking. And what he did, he addressed the Grammys. He should address the Grammys because the Grammys have certain people in the Robert. I'll be through in a minute.
But you be taking an hour,
Robert. Brother, take an hour or not. All right, because I can call a certain person on you and
Jamal.
they'll put a stop to your stuff. They'll put a stop to you. That's why they okay. Now let me finish before I give a call to the lady living in Liberty City.
Well, we don't know that.
Who don't live in Liberty City in the first place, live somewhere else, but yet run Liberty City.
Confirm nothing that.
City. And I ain't called no name, but he addressed one of the things he said, Sean. I know you like music too. He said he believed the categories are wrong, have people in the wrong categories to fit them in certain categories, and they shouldn't be in that category. He gotten a lot of accolades from addressing the Grammys, because if a person got over 30 Grammys and haven't won the album of the year, that's enough to question. All right, you can take it, Robert.
Now, and I thought like you did until I talked to my good sister Rashida Edwards, and she made a good point. We gotta stop getting up at Black folk and complaining in systems when we know those systems were not even created for us. We just need to just start doing our own thing. Because we continue to complain and complain and complain and whine and whine and whine, and what do we get for it? Next year's gonna be the same thing. So we gotta just start standing up. Not saying we don't raise the issue, but also say, you know what, we can create our own. I think I'm presenting it the way she said, but I'm not saying don't raise the issue. But guess what? Y'all don't want to recognize us? We'll go ahead and do our own thing.
Okay, let me explain this. Complaining work. I remember the Oscar, they went and they complained heavily for a couple years, and then the Oscar finally woke up and started making blacks nominate and blacks won. So the guy or the woman who continue to make noise and be concerned, because I know it was created for them, but it's about inclusion since we're in the same industry. So he had right to do a protest, and that's what we did to the Oscar. And what it did, it improved the Oscar. Now we got a black person run the Oscar.
Sean?
All right, who gonna take it?
Grammys. I kind of agree with your friend Robert.
Rashida?
We getting upset about the wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we getting upset because we wasn't best dressed at the golf course? If I don't play golf and I don't, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't but yeah, everybody was supposed to, we all out here trying to get money, try to get success, try to get, you know, it's been Taylor Swift year. This year, it's been, I think that the reason why Kansas City is going to the Super Bowl is because Taylor Swift thing. They were looking at the marketing thing. Taylor Swift, really, it's like, at some point, Beyonce wins all these awards for the same thing. And it's like, really, Beyonce, I didn't really hear all your song playing on the radio as much as I'm hearing it on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like other songs and stuff on the radio. I think it's all rigged for popularity, how you say it? For a reason to get more money next year. You know?
Can I rebuttal him? I want to rebuttal you on something, my friend. And I told you that. I'm rebuttaling you. The reason Kansas City is going because of the clown who taunt the guy that caught the ball, then he missed the ball in the end zone. Baltimore, what's the name of the team? They would have been going. You might not agree with me. George, don't you agree with me? Those two crucial plays when they got the penalty, when he dropped the ball in the end zone.
It's usually whoever has the best gimmick. If it wasn't for the Super Bowl shuffle, Chicago probably would have never made it to.
They going not the best gimmick. Those two plays, in my opinion, changed that whole game. Period. Taylor Swift did not do it. I mean, TV ratings probably want them to go, but this clown had no business taunting that guy, the rookie, and then the ball hit him right in the hands, and he dropped the ball. Should have been a touchdown. Come on, absolutely 2 plays, John.
I thought he was throwing the game. Really, I did. I thought number 8 was throwing the game.
Which proves Sean's point.
You know, it's all hey, somebody has to. We want Kansas City. We want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl.
Evidently, she's gonna be there, and the TV viewing goes. You know what the TV viewing say, Sean?
Like a banner for us.
You know what the AC Nielsen people say? It's gonna be 10 more million people look at the Super Bowl because of Taylor Swift.
Because of her.
That's Sean's point.
Yeah, I heard him in the first.
Matter of fact, they got more they added like 4 female commercials.
Robert, you keep right on. I'm gonna make a phone call.
Jamal, you got that video, Jamal?
Shut you down for the night. She already put a zip on your mouth. She didn't let you speak for 2 years. Now y'all know that.
Let me tell you something. Now William Odessa can't zip my mouth. Ain't no dual residency ain't gonna zip my.
Evidently, she's doing a good job of it. And I hadn't seen you rebuttal yet. That was effective.
Oh baby, the rebuttal is out there. I just can't talk about it.
All right, we gonna see. we gonna see.
Let me say this here. I want to shift a little bit to talk about. Now I love Tracy Chapman. And so these people are talking about how Tracy Chapman and the country guy are supposed to be a unity, harmony thing. I got it, but that was a poor expression to me of harmony. You're in audience. What do you all think?
You got my fast car? Fast car.
Nah. Hey, come on, Sean, jump in. All night long. Yeah. Now I was in there too. Look at that remix. All night long.
Watch the show.
Robert, don't turn me out like this. I thought my opinion when I saw that, I watched the whole Grammy. I thought he shouldn't have gone out there with Tracy Chapman. It wasn't in the same league at all. And I thought she outstaged him completely. But it wasn't about that. It was that white country connection that's what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly, Sean, did you see it?
I saw,
Tracy Chapman, I wouldn't have bring somebody out like that along with me because she made him look really nothing. He did okay, but I'm saying she stole the show from him.
Well, that's probably what the whole purpose of it was, to like showcase her, but it was supposed to showcase him, because he's the one that it's his song that he remade and brought back out, but it was like,
no, that's her song.
Yeah, but he remade it.
Yeah, he re-sung, but that's her. She get paid residuals from it,
right?
For every time they played or whatever. But I'm saying, she just clearly outclassed him.
Oh no! And he reappears. Get your behind on this doggone thing right now.
Hey, brother BB, Bernard Brown stand for bad boy. BB.
Let's see, what was another hot moment? Oh, but I will get. Oh, go ahead, Julius.
Let Julius talk, Robert. You talk too long.
I think that if you see something and it's a slight being done, especially if it's being done to anybody in your family, and that, especially being in the music world, irregardless of what JB and Jay-Z and Puff Daddy and all of them got going on, irregardless of that, he's a music connoisseur on this level now, being that he's done it so long, and his bank account speaks for itself. His degree of work shows who he is, his body of work. And so with him saying it and knowing that there's being an injustice done, that the system needs to be some type of other way, then I don't know. He has an authority. He's an authority to speak on the subject, and I agree with him on that particular subject because he's calling them out. And people always saying, "Yo, why y'all always talking about race? Why y'all?" If y'all look at the news every day, race is talked about in this country every day on the news, on all three channels. Is always giving you the first black that did this, the first black that did that. Within their stories, it's always something about being black versus being white. And all we're doing is trying to level the playing field. Nobody's here trying to do anything to anybody, cause any type of harm. We're just saying, let's level the playing field. Let's make things equal to some degree. I know it takes time, but somebody has to do it. Somebody asked me the other day, why am I still arguing? And I'm not really arguing. Why am I still making a fuss and the election is over? And I tried to tell them that my advocacy doesn't stop because some people lost an election. My advocacy is for the people. It's not about an election. The election came up as a result of people being dissatisfied. And so we were advocating to change things. People, the majority didn't want things changed. They liked being subjugated and they liked being ruled and everything. So change wasn't made. But that does not stop my advocacy. It does not stop my march forward. It does not stop what I do in life every day. So, I have a passion for what I do. So the same thing with Jay-Z,
That's correct.
And what he's doing, you have to address the issues or people will think that it's all right by everybody. So I address issues. If you don't like it, so what? You don't like it.
Jill,
You know what you're doing.
Jill, you're saying exactly what I said. I had Sean, which entitled to it, to say he go along with Rashida. We can create our own. It's not that we all play in that arena. If he did not address, they will continue to do it. Now, at least will make them look and see what they're doing. And creating it is not going to solve the problem. The problem is you're going to be a part of the Grammy because they didn't want hip-hop to be a part of the Grammy until the first hip-hop person won one. And then the second time they won one, then they decided to make it a category. What I'm saying, if that didn't happen, it wouldn't have never been a category. I'm saying you have to be an advocate just like Julius and myself. We constantly criticize certain things. We don't call it criticize. I call it that. And the reason why, because they'll continue to do what they do, we try to make them accountable.
Well, let me add to what he's saying. And I don't think you're criticizing. I'm going to tell you something Shantae told me many years ago. And what we do when we run for office, you don't lose. I don't believe there's no such thing as a loser. You have raised a conversation that has been missing. So, for example, when I ran for city council, I raised a conversation about gentrification in the 5th district that the incumbent fails to speak on, right? I raised the issue that developers are in the pockets of the incumbent. And so those conversations would have never been presented to the people, whether they like it or not. The conversation wouldn't have been there if we didn't run. So I agree with you all in that regard. Advocacy means that you are contributing to a conversation that may not be in the space at the moment.
Sean?
To me, okay, Mr. Brown, you made the point. I'm glad you said it, because when you said it, it was like ding, ding, ding. Got him. Basically, ABC, CBS, NBC, even Fox now. They wasn't saying what y'all wanted to hear. Mr. Juice wanted to hear, so we got our own now, our black media. You understand? We don't have to argue about what they're not posting on their news channels and stuff no more. Why? Because we're going to post it on ours. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why. And now we ain't got to get mad because, hey, they didn't give us an interview. Hey, we don't have to get mad because we got snubbed now. Because we got a voice over here now. Now we got a voice. Now we can make our own changes. Guess what? Now they're going to try to, as usual, try to break in the hours. Remember, Negro baseball was more exciting than white baseball. You understand me?
So was basketball.
So they're gonna bring us in. You know what I'm saying? You snub them enough, you tell them, no, we don't want to be a part of. We just got our own. They're gonna want in. They're gonna want in. Them brown pennies add up.
Mm-hmm. Well,
where's the ladies tonight?
They have snuck out. And Jamal, I know you out there listening by now. And see, that's what we was talking about. I'm not gonna get on you. I'm not gonna start that.
No, don't get
I'm
on
supposed to
him.
be mean and nasty. I'm not gonna do that.
I want you to do me a favor. don't get on him because he is a down to earth. He's a great guy, and everyone love him. I love him, and he'll continue to do good things. Just give him an opportunity. I want to say hello to Bernard. Bernard, I miss you, my buddy. I try to call you. You wouldn't return my phone call. But if you don't hurry and come back, guess what? We're going to have a show called All Night Long on Saturday. And guess who's going to be the star of that show?
It's going to be at 1 o'clock and re-aired at 10.
Well, you keep right on. I'm calling that lady in Liberty City.
You going to call Odessa? You going to call Odessa on me?
Right on.
On me.
See, this lady, Julia, vote in Liberty City, live on the plantation out in Chatham County somewhere. I've never heard of nothing like that in my life. What in the world going on? What? He went off the air?
Yeah, he froze.
Oh, yeah. You're right, he froze. She don't allow him to say nothing to no meeting, no house. So what difference does it make?
Yeah, he froze. We're gonna go to another commercial
break.
Yeah, we're going to commercial and we'll be right back.
Sean, I don't know. I had to go to the bathroom.
What difference? Okay, we're back. We're back. And we're through with the Grammys. Oh, did we talk about Killer Mike?
Congratulations to Killer Mike. Now we're done with him.
No, did we talk about it?
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna protect that.
No, we got Killer Mike on the agenda. Killer Mike was detained at the Grammys, and it was because he got into a tussle with a overzealous security guard, wasn't it?
Right.
No. But shout out to Killer Mike. You know, Killer Mike.
But you know something different?
No, I'm gonna say Killer Mike was very instrumental in Daniel Blackman and I's campaign back when we ran for PSC. Y'all didn't know that. But yeah, Killer Mike, shout out to him.
That's great. But so you ought to be here defending him then.
Oh yeah, I'm on the side. I would have DDT'd anybody run up on me.
Okay. Yeah. So we want to make sure that everybody's treated fairly there. They say they've been on guard ever since
Will Smith
incident. So we're going to see what I guarantee you stop going to white Grammys, stop watching it, you'll see the white.
They made a big mistake. They did, because what it did, it actually let the people know, because Killer Mike is a very good activist, and they did the right one to shine a light on it.
Yeah,
they was overzealous.
Yeah, but Will Smith assaulted a man, and that was a felony. What Will Smith did,
and went and got to sit down.
And went down, sit down, got an award, and gave a speech.
Yeah.
Now you got an overzealous security guard stopping this man for some reason, and then end up letting him go. But when you're detained, you're arrested. Technically,
they handcuffed him, Joe.
Yeah, you're once you're detained, you're arrested in the technical world of law enforcement. So we know that it won't be the end of it, because Killer Mike is a big name and a big advocate for justice.
Social justice is correct.
Yeah.
And he's married to somebody from Savannah, I believe, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Doesn't he
didn't
have a
know
school?
that.
He has a
Really?
school also. He doesn't just talk it. He does it. Like
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Charlie,
Right.
I don't know if you noticed. I was telling Julius when Daniel and I was running, he really was instrumental in Daniel, but that kind of residual over to me. But he was really involved with that election when Ossoff, Warnock, myself, and Daniel Blackman ran.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and Mike was running North Georgia for us.
And so while we on a little bit of politics, did anyone go see Kamala yesterday?
Oh,
Or
what? What was she talking about? She was boring. She is
you wouldn't
boring.
allow me in.
no? But the point, whether she was boring or not, she's still a vice president of the United States, and we can't deny that. I asked, did anyone get the opportunity to see the vice president? I didn't. I try not to go because I can't prolong staying anymore. But if I
Yeah,
could
I'm not the
prolong
type that they wanna
staying,
do.
whether she was boring or ineffective or whatever, she's still the vice president of the United States.
Well, wow.
And
Well,
how
Mr.
many of
Brown.
us have ever seen a living, alive president or a vice president? A lot of us have never seen one.
Well,
We
you
see
go to
them on
DC,
TV and posters.
You go to DC, you'll see her. My point of it is this: why would you want to go see her? What was she talking about that was important? Okay, don't get me wrong. Women's reproductive rights are important. It goes back to what I said for this election. That ain't getting people out to vote in November. When are we going to understand it? So what she should have been down here talking about were the issues that matter to the people, instead of coming down here and just wasting time.
No,
We got an election.
she did talk
We got an election in November. Are we gonna keep
but she
playing
did talk
around?
about women's rights.
Are we gonna continue to give it to Donald Trump? What we gonna do?
She did talk about
Right
women's
now,
rights.
that's the best thing that
No,
she can talk
that
on
doesn't-
right now, right?
No, this is why Democrats are gonna lose in November. Watch it.
No, they're not going to lose.
Oh, yes, we are. We're gonna lose big time in the state and nationally. I'm gonna tell you why. Women's reproductive rights are important. But what people are failing to realize, I've heard this from multiple young black folk. Donald Trump was better for my economic lifestyle. Why are we not talking about that as Democrats? Why? We're missing the boat.
Well,
That's
but
it.
you
Or young black people.
come back into the show because I'm gonna start singing. Well, a circle will be unbroken, Lord, by and by. When I get down
Come on.
to the valley,
And he was all
and
night
the
long.
valley, my Lord, if Donald
Hey.
Trump become president again, you will be
I'm just saying,
moving
Sean,
to
Walk the
Russia. You'll
I
be
want you to ask. I want
moving
you to oppose Sean
to
and
North Korea.
Folks
Trust
who
me.
own small
if
businesses
Donald
are
Trump,
going to vote
the
for him.
only thing Donald Trump gonna do is talk to people from the big house. That's the only thing he's
But
gonna
guess
do.
what, though, Mr. Brown? More entrepreneurs and small businesses recognize better profits under the Donald Trump administration. We continue. See, we worried about the court cases and the January the 6th and the who he grabbed about a coup. Nobody cares about that. People care about their bottom line.
All right.
And
all right.
that's why it all changes, because think about it. Think about it. Half of the country wants a president that sat there and you heard him admit, you know, all of the bull crap that this man done did and all this, and half of the country is still willing to sit back and be led by him. To be led by him. Half of the country is still willing to do this. Come on now. That says something about this country.
You're right. It says something about you blacks who don't speak Russian, no Korean. That's what it says something about.
Well, it says something about those that don't like to speak up also. See, we got a culture here especially in the black community, that don't think that nothing affects them. They don't think that, we don't want to act until something happens bad to us. And we don't want to get out and protest because our advocacy and our stance is just as big and as loud as theirs are. But we don't do the work. We don't want to put in the time. We don't want to be engaged and involved. And that's the main problem with all of this. We have people who are being assailed and they don't think anything is wrong with it. They can't see the forest for the trees. They can't see that what is coming down the pipe if Donald Trump is elected. That's why I don't think that if people wake up, I don't think that he can win another election. I don't think that the people are that stupid. You know, you got a good many of racist people, but you also saw that a lot of those people who supported him also see now that he was an idiot and they won't be supporting him again. They thought that he would go in there and act right. So those that you see who are still out there advocating for Trump and supporting him, those are not enough people to get him elected. They just look like it because the press isn't reporting everything else. You can have Utah and Wyoming and all those other little racist states.
Julius, you are so right, my friend. Not because you're the CEO and the president. I'm not kissing up to you, but you are so right, my friend, because he'll become a lame dick duck. That's what he'll become. But because he can't do but 4 years.
But Mr. Brown, I agree with everything Julius said. Yeah, he is probably not the most ethical. But listen to this. If you're a small business owner and you know that your small business can triple profits under Trump. Hold on, Mr. Brown, hold on. If you know that your small business can triple profits under a Trump presidency, do you really care about his ethics or do you really care about your bottom line?
You're right. I still care about his bottom line. Why? Because look at the effect that this man can have in 4 years. The effect that he can have on the rest of your life.
Right, Sean. And Sean,
in 4 years.
Sean, he'll do more damage in 4 years than that economic boom you're losing.
But
because I'm telling you, he can't run but 4 years. He cannot run for 8 years. He'll be a lame duck. He can't get nothing through Congress. He will be in a pickle dickle for you. Robert be speaking Russian and you'll be speaking North Korean.
I was at the Chatham County Democratic meeting, Chatham CCD tonight. You know what was said? More young black folks are signing up with the Republicans than ever before because they see the benefit.
Julie, can we have another conversation?
What benefit? Big old Stacy, loser, Keisha Lance Bottoms, and nobody doing nothing. Nikema Williams to come down here for what? What do they do? What is Nikema Williams doing for the Democratic Party of Georgia? What strategy is out there? So why would we win?
We're going to win.
Like that's why we're mad with Joe Biden. Joe Biden pays no attention to the black man.
Thank you, Sean.
But at the same time, just like Julia said, would you have Joe Biden that doesn't pay attention to the black man? Or would you take Donald Trump that is going to allow all these people that sat back and said, oh, now we really can do black folks.
Y'all making a mistake. Y'all making a big mistake of y'all life.
I'm telling you what's on the ground, what people are. See, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of black folk who going to vote for Trump ain't going to say nothing. It's just like Savannah politics. I learned this about my district. If they don't support what's going on, or they support the controversial part, they're going to be quiet. So guess how many people are going to be quiet? A lot more than you think. A lot more black folk going to vote for Trump than what you think.
Robert.
I saw that. Okay, y'all watch what I'm telling you.
Robert.
Okay.
Don't listen. You see 10 or 12 black ignorant people who gonna vote for Trump, and y'all think that equates to 10,000 or 100,000. Man, the work ain't being done by them people to change no damn body mind. The only people that they're gonna get is the people that they already got.
Y'all, okay. Sean, mark my word. Mark this day down.
You know what's happening?
Sean, write it down.
Donald Trump would give birth to 1,000 Tommy Tuberville. Trust me.
Exactly.
He will give birth.
Nobody cares about that. That's
give
what
birth.
you feel like.
Thinking back, economics wouldn't do you no good.
Nobody cares.
No good.
Nobody cares about what? Nobody cares about what, Robert?
About this. That's what you're missing.
Who? Robert, how black people gonna make this when the man got their foot on their neck?
Y'all, okay.
Come to him, Jill.
Hold on. Go back to what I said earlier. Black folk who are small business owners have said out loud, when Trump was in office, I saw a bigger profit.
Mm-hmm.
I was more profitable.
We're
that bull crap about him grabbing women.
We're not denying that.
That was a myth. And
these are people that own businesses. I don't
know what business you had. It's according to, I mean, think about it. COVID hit during Donald Trump. So a lot of restaurants went out of business during Donald Trump with COVID. Like, I don't understand. Like, I see what you're saying, but when Donald Trump was in the office, like, a lot of stuff was going on that should have affected the decision that he was making. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole COVID thing.
And let me straighten this out. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm gonna tell you now, if Nikki Haley get the nomination, I am gonna vote for Nikki Haley. I am a Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley is just as worse as Donald Trump, where she thinking that racism has never existed in this country.
Right, listen, that means she's gonna ignore us too. That means she's gonna ignore us too.
Jill, let me get my 2 cents in. Let me get my 2 cents in.
There's a young voter right here. That's a younger than all of us. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all think that's a young black voter right there.
I got perfect example. Nikki Haley can't win, never could win, because the American people, the ones who you so in love with Donald Trump, is not going to vote for her because she ain't right. Trust me.
Well, you better get ready for him.
Donald Trump will not be in the White House. And Jamel, tell us who you are voting for. Tell us who you voting for, Jamel.
But no, that's why your ass. That's why you fired now.
See where you go. See where you go.
All right. That's why you fired now, and that's why Van said he gonna beat your tail when you come back to see. You better not come back to Savannah. Van said you better not come back to Savannah.
Let's get it straight. Bernard is not fired. Bernard went on and did
his own thing. He better not bring his tail back to Savannah
on his own. On TikTok, and he's a TikTok sensation. So we congratulate
I didn't know.
And then the Ronald said she see you, she's gonna pull up on you too.
Julius, Bernard is no longer with us. Julius, can I talk with you? I want my own show all night long Saturday with Charlie Brown.
You got it.
Because I think it's time for a change.
You gonna stay away?
Okay, so that's somebody who don't like any of the candidates. But you know what we have to do is stop pushing it in these kids' heads that that Trump is a better alternative, whether it's about money. They're no better than the people that we have in Savannah City Hall. If you think that it's all about money and that's why they go.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm telling you what these people are saying.
But don't encourage them.
I'm not encouraging y'all. Listen to the
This is the Rabbler. He entitled to that.
No,
and that's what we rabbling about now. So you got the freedom to go ahead and rabble.
Here it is. Hush. Here it is. I'm sitting down, and I'm not going to disclose the names because y'all know some of these people. One person in Savannah owned a business. A second one. I don't own a business. I'm sitting there listening, and the person said it out loud. When Trump was in office, I saw my bottom line was better. I was more profitable. My businesses were running. Here's the thing, y'all. Whether you like him or not, and I don't like him, he is a businessman. So he don't care nothing about policy. He's all about making money. That's trickling down to the small businesses. I don't necessarily agree because it don't help me, but this is what people are talking about. So if Joe Biden and Kamala, my point to this with Kamala, if they're not going to really strategize and get behind those types of issues, they're in trouble.
Well,
they're in trouble. Nobody wants abortion. I agree, abortion is important, but that's not what we need to be talking about 6 months out from an election.
No, you're absolutely right. And Joey, before we go to another subject, I like to address my friend Dr. Brian because I love him dearly. I help him with his campaign. Yes or no, was you silenced the lamb in Liberty City or all the meetings every time you try to speak on it?
I'll say it like this.
No, answer the question.
I'm gonna answer it.
I'm gonna answer it. Wait till I get through making a statement.
Yeah.
And furthermore, now since you vice president, it don't make any difference. They still silence the lamb.
But
now
guess what? Hold on, I'm answering. I'll let Brad Rafflesberger answer it in a few weeks.
Well, anyway, we still have to understand that just because you heard a couple of people say stupid stuff out of their mouth, those businesses should be thriving now because they say the economy is better than any economy that Donald Trump ever oversaw. So if they're not thriving now, then what? Donald Trump getting in there going to make somebody go and on our last subject in a few minutes after we take a commercial, is Donald Trump being in office going to make black people go support black businesses? Is Donald Trump being in office going to make white people go support black businesses?
Good question.
No. It's all according to what type of business you got. And those people just had an uptick at that particular time where their businesses were profitable. Now their businesses are not profitable. It done ran out. You got to get a model that is built to last. If you have something that's built to last, then maybe you can. What type of businesses are these people in? What type of businesses are they talking about that they were making so much money under Trump? No damn body made no money under Trump. Trump oversaw the damn pandemic. Everybody that was on social media, hold on, Robert, y'all just be quiet till people stop. When people stop, that's when y'all go. You, Charlie, all y'all. Y'all keep interrupting. When people stop, that's when y'all go. Listen, these people benefited during the pandemic. If you were in certain industries, you benefited a lot because it was locked down. You made a lot of money. Take us, for instance. Our network, we had 38 to 42,000 people watching us during the pandemic. Trump was over the pandemic. So you think I'm saying, that's because of Trump? We had 38 to 42,000 people watching us a month. Now it's down to 22 to 26 because people are back to work. People got other things they're doing. They're not paying attention like they had been paying before. So no, Trump ain't doing nothing for no economy. Trump ain't doing nothing for the super rich. Those young people ain't made a dime more.
Watch this though. How did Van Johnson win? What do people say? He did a good job with what? The pandemic.
No, hell no.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this.
He won because he had some idiot people in this city who thought that he was a superstar.
Because the pandemic was a big part. Yeah. But watch this.
He ain't done nothing on the pandemic that no other person would.
I agree with you. But people outside of this panel here, people only see what's in front of them right now. They don't see down the road. I agree 100% with you. But the average voter is thinking, this person did a good job with this pandemic. I agree 100% with you. But the average voter don't see it like that. The average voter ain't smart like that. It is what it is.
The only people that made money off of when Donald Trump was in office is you had a good wall design.
Had a good what?
Yeah.
Wall.
And that's the only. And I'm gonna be truthful with you. I got a little Republican in me.
Charlie.
That I agree with them on the border wall. I don't think that people should be coming in this country illegally. Hell, that's a crime they're committing, and we're rewarding them. Let me play this video. Y'all look at this here. And I don't know how I got away from this. This was going to be an open discussion, but and listen to this.
Now, I've said this before. If you give me 3 meals, housing, child care, education, a voucher for $9,000, you know what? I come to Chicago too. And that's what they're doing. They're telling people, and they're sending money back to back to Venezuela, to come to Chicago because they're saying, hey, the good times are rolling there. They're taking care of everybody. Now, when we have Venezuelans that are driving cars, where did they get a driver's license? Where did they get insurance from? And then you have Venezuelans being caught with drugs and guns. Where are they getting them from?
Julia, can you play that one more time? Play it again. No, play it again. It's important. Play it.
Now, I've said this before. If you give me 3 meals, housing, child care, education, a voucher for $9,000, you know what? I come to Chicago too. And that's what they're doing. They're telling people, and they're sending money back to back to Venezuela, to come to Chicago because they're saying, hey, the good times are rolling there. They're taking care of everybody. Now, when we have Venezuelans that are driving cars, where did they get a driver's license? Where did they get insurance from? And then you have Venezuelans being caught with drugs and guns. Where are they getting them from?
That's a good point.
And that's not just Venezuelans. That's every immigrant, migrant that comes over here. Mm-hmm. That's everybody that's coming over here, and we're taking care of them, but we can't even take care of our homeless. We can't even take care of our underserved and people in our communities. We can't
military
even
veterans
our communities. You give them $9,000 housing vouchers. You send it. Man, this is crazy. What they're showing us is that there is no respect for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. And that's why I tell you, I got some Republican in me because I agree with the border wall. I think the wall should be built. I think that wall should have been built. I think that Donald Trump is an idiot, yes, but I agree with him 100% on the wall. If you can't go to Iran and talk about being in there without going to prison, you shouldn't be able to come into this country. You let them in so freely that they don't care no more. They're flooding the gates. So what that does, that takes work away from black people.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all guys, so a lot of veterans are homeless right in this country, and they can't get that. I know some of the veterans, and this is not right for us. And Julie said he got some Republican in him. I used to work with Republicans, but my stomach could not stomach them any longer. I never was a Republican. I never was a Democrat. I was an independent. And I've always been an independent because I vote for the best candidate that I feel, not party.
And look what Natalie said
That's
there.
true.
What about importing the Ukrainians and giving them our SSI money? That's
crazy. Right.
And if
we're giving money to everybody except who in this country deserves it and needs it and needs that support.
Who helped build? We helped build this country.
But guess what? If Biden and Kamala start talking about those very issues, that's what I'm talking. That's what she should have been down here talking about.
I feel you.
That's where I'm coming from. See, this is my issue with the Democratic Party, and I said this other night. We on a CCDC meeting, and we're talking about post seat holders and a fundraiser, and we got a national election coming in 6 months. What are we doing? There's no strategy.
Yeah, that guy right there, Amir Toure, We need to. He's Cubano Americano. We need to kick him out of the country too.
Yeah.
You know.
And guess what? What y'all gonna do when Kemp run against also?
But vote for Kemp.
Hello.
I'm
I'm gonna vote for Kemp because I owe Stacey Abrams that.
He's Cubano Americano. And we need to take that video that he has holding on somebody before we kick him out the country too.
Well, all I can say about him, I think he's a guy with a lot of good sense of humor. He don't mean nothing. He enlighten us with humor. We know he don't mean no harm.
Get that brown off your nose.
He's in my concern, he's one of the fine Americans. Georgia should be, should be happy that he called Georgia home.
Oh yeah.
Hey, brown off your nose.
Well, like I said, we got to change some things. The border wall and how they're flooding. The Republicans are making that one of their biggest issues. Mm-hmm. They tried to impeach Maurikis the other day, Maurikis, whatever his name is. They tried to impeach him but fell short. But they got the attention of the American people. And that's harmful because, see, if you don't understand that the laws are, so there is somebody above the law. Anybody coming into this damn country.
Yeah.
There is somebody
get
above the law.
Right.
If they're coming into this country illegally, they need to be turned around. Now, I don't agree with the wire, the razor wire underwater. So when they get in the water, they cut their feet all up and all that. I don't believe in being cruel and unusual punishment for people.
But I do believe like that, Julius?
Huh?
They got that going on?
Yeah, they got all kind of stuff. They got those things that turn, so when they
barrels.
Jump on them, the barrels, they flip in the water. They got all kind of stuff over there. But what I'm saying is all he needs is line the damn army up. Line somebody up and tell them, no, go back the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go the other way. And hey, there's always casualties in war. There's always casualties that it causes. So somebody got to be able to stand up and say, hey, you can't do this no more. You can't do this no more. You can't keep coming over here illegally because that means you're above the law that every American has to abide by. So yes, the damn wall needs to go up. Somebody needs to stop people from coming to this country. This isn't the land of the home and the free of brave, no damn more. Hell, they've been showing us blacks that ain't even true. So why the hell they gonna give it to everybody else? Yeah. And why we so much wanting them to have it?
Julius Hall, if you're not running for something, you should run for something. Cause I had a passion in your voice, and if you decide to run, I'm gonna tell you who'll be the first person that help you and will be willing to support you. I'm gonna have Miss Brown to come out and support you, cause I won't be able to do it because I'm coming down with a slight cold.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't be around. But no, I had a passion in your voice, and you're absolutely right. You are right. I'm not a cruel person, but that seemed to be what's the word, Robert? I'm looking for unhumane.
Yeah,
to put the razors on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh God!
No, I'm not racist. What I'm on is fairness. Because if you turning all the Haitians around and you sending them back, send every damn body back.
Exactly. That's correct.
Yeah.
You know why they're sending the Haitians back, Julius?
Because they black.
No. Yeah, you're right. Look at Sean down to the bottom. That's why they're sending the Haitians back. Look at Sean. That's why. See, I'm kind of brown skinned. Julius is brown skinned, and Robert damn near white. So we're not going back. You going back?
Yeah.
I'm going back. Sean down there. Sean going back. I ain't going nowhere. I like the Native Americans.
And guess what? I can say real good too when I get there. Boys, what y'all know good?
It just has to come to a point where we have to, as Americans, say, enough is enough, and
That's the word.
you can't come over here. Okay, enough of y'all over here. Is stop it now.
Exactly.
You either going to jail,
You
concentration camps. You're gonna be it's gonna be booby traps. I don't give a damn what it is. I can't go to other countries without going to jail. So why should other people come over here? They're above the damn law.
Right. That's a perfect example.
If that's the case, then let Donald Trump go free. And that's the damn thing y'all know I want is for Donald Trump to go free.
From what I heard, it's very beautiful in Venezuela.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but
But
economically,
I heard the economic is terrible over there.
And that's what I'm saying. Why we don't move some of our factories that they're trying to come and get the jobs to, move it down there to Venezuela? Why don't we just move a lot of the jobs that they're coming for?
Then you have those people talking about this child labor and slave labor and all kind of stuff, because they're not going to go there and pay the right money. They're going to go down there and try to underpay them. But Michael Jordan shoes used to cost $2.50 to make in Thailand. When they come over here and sell a pair for $600.
But Sean,
but let China go and invest money in Venezuela and build them some buildings and give them some jobs and all that. That's when we are going to decide to do
Sean,
that.
what you talk about right now? Start with E, economics. What did I talk about earlier about this election? Economics. Get it yet?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Everything's economics.
You don't see Canadians rushing that, trying to get in the border like that.
We got about 27 minutes, something like that. So what we're going to do is go to this last subject before we have our open discussion of this last subject that doesn't last long. And it's failing black businesses in a majority black city with a majority black city and county government. How does this happen? You got a majority, a city that's prosperous, that's doing so well that there is no complaints and problems other than they're not doing enough in the black community. And by saying this, then you got a majority black county government, you got a majority black city government, and you're blaming everything on white bureaucrats. And that's what I got up Saturday to talk about. I told them, I say, you can't blame, somebody say white bureaucrats are holding us back. White bureaucrats ain't holding nobody back in this city or county, because we're a majority of the city, and we're a majority on the city council and on the county commission. So they ought to be able to do things and put things in place that will give contracts and services to those underserved black businesses. We got 3 businesses that I know are failing right now. 2 already closed and 1 about to close. And I'm not gonna call the one that's about to close yet, but we got 2 chefs closing. That's a great restaurant.
Oh, they're closing?
Well, they gotta move. They gotta move. We're gonna pray.
Well, moving, closing, same thing. And then you got Rejuvenate. It was a place I never heard of. I never heard of it. It was on Broad Street, I guess, somewhere downtown, and there's a black-owned juice bar, and they're failing. But we also have another place that now those 2 places, the city and the county, can't too much do anything about. But this other business that is failing, it is failing because the county, and the guy reached out to the county and the city to try to get some contracts from them. And this county and the city are still supplying, they don't have policies in place that will allow them to give to that black business. And that black business can serve that city and county with a whole lot of stuff that the city and the county do as far as materials. And they are not letting them, they're not including them into their services. And that's bad.
No, Jill, you made a valid point. The person did jump on you with both feet. I want to say this. If I can start with the county, I can start with county. Y'all listen to this. The key people. Superior Court Clerk is black. The district attorney is black. The chief of policeman is black. The county commissioner chairman is black. The mayor of Savannah is black. I'm saying we in every key position except one in this city. And guess what position that is? Does anybody have any idea?
What's that?
The sheriff is the only one. If you look at any other, so it's not the bureaucracy holding us back. We're holding ourselves back by not working together.
And watch this.
Done.
And I want to bring this to people.
Hey, wait, Robert, hold on. Even as far as not only I just name it, I'll go a little deeper. The only person can arrest the sheriff in Chatham County is what position, Julius?
The coroner.
And what color is the coroner?
Coroner.
Black.
Okay.
So let me offer this.
So the only person that can arrest.
Mr. Brown, hold on, watch this. Watch this, Sean. So now, and this just to show you how jacked up our city council is, outside of Alicia and Bernetta, because they're doing the right thing. Y'all remember Crew Lounge, which is now Nicole's Bistro. They wanted a liquor license.
Right.
They didn't get the liquor license because Linda lied. Linda Wilder Bryant straight up lied because the people wanted her that. But guess what? Right, not too far from her, if not next door, they're gonna have an Aldi's. Aldi's what? Sell what? Liquor.
And wine.
Make it make sense.
It don't make sense, and that's what the problem. Go ahead, Mr. Brown, Sean.
No, I was asking Mr. Brown to clarify what he was saying. You said the only person that can arrest the sheriff is
the only person in Chatham County. See, the sheriff can arrest any other person in Chatham County. No one can arrest the sheriff in Chatham County, but the county coroner can arrest the sheriff.
It's an arcane law. It's an arcane law that I'm sure that anybody can go in there.
Junior wasn't arcade or not, my friend. I was just sharing it with him in Chatham County.
Right. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And I agree with you.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that doesn't necessarily hold. Anybody can go arrest the sheriff now.
No.
Yeah.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
Yeah.
No, they can't.
Old. Charlie, it's old, okay?
You look it up, buddy. I'm sorry.
I don't care what you say. They got sheriffs being arrested. They got sheriffs being arrested all over this country every day.
Julius, you are wrong. That nose is wrong. That's right. Press those glasses up on that
law is old as you are. They don't. Do you know this right here? Do you
what?
Okay, that anybody within Chatham County can run for any county seat that they want.
Yeah, I heard that. I wasn't sure.
Oh, it's on the books. It's on the books. Anybody living in Chatham County, if you lived in Chatham County for 1 year, you can run. You can live in the 8th district and run all the way in the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd. You don't have to run in your district. That law is still on the book.
Right. Why you believe it or not, anyone with a high school education 4 years ago could have been a magistrate judge. You didn't even have to have a law degree 4 years ago, but they changed the rule. Anyone, Sean could have run for magistrate judge, not a regular judge, magistrate judge. Yep. That's the judge of the people.
Yeah.
You know, Sean don't have a law degree.
Exactly. How you shortchange me? I might have a law degree, you know.
I test you have a law degree, okay? If Robert, right now, tonight, get in his car and go out in Liberty City and look around and take some bricks and break some windows, will he go to jail?
Hell yeah, he going to jail.
All right, you might have a law degree.
No.
You might.
First of all, you got to prove
that Donald Trump with him.
He might have a law degree.
First, you got to prove
he might have a law degree.
You got to prove it was me, so I don't think you got a law degree.
But anyway, y'all answer this question: how does this happen when we got a majority black council and in the sister city, the what is called the capital of the county, which is Savannah? Out of the 8 cities, Savannah is the queen city. So it's headquarters. and you got a majority black council, and over the whole county, you got a black majority county commission. And how a business is failing? How are they dropping the ball? Why aren't we networking? What is the problem with us looking and past our desks, past our egos, and saying, that business needs some help? That guy came to me. Let me see what I can do for him. Let me tell the person in purchasing, y'all look and see how y'all can help these people. Let's see whether we can give them that contract that's under $25,000. But you got 3 of them, give them all 3 of them. That's $75,000 might be. You got to help people to make it. You'll need permission. You'll need to go by the rules if it's under a certain amount. They can just apply that to give that to them.
Correct.
But they're giving it, those people that's still in there, that's entrenched in there for all those years, are still giving it to their buddies.
And that's that's the problem, because a lot of the contracts are sort of grandfathered in, and it's like a continuation, and it goes on, and all of the haves who have it are in place, and the ones who are trying to get in, they don't let them in. Now, I've been pretty fortunate, because we've been doing business with the county. We got a small black company. Julia's aware of it too. And the county have been throwing us business towards us and to help other black businesses and minority business, the people of color, to get aboard, to be a part of it. And it's a good thing. And they're making some effort, but enough effort is not being made. Something needs to be done about it. That poor leadership, they voted them back in, and they're still doing what they did all the while, and that's sad.
We got a correction that we need to note, Charlie. On the Georgia Code 17-4-60, any citizen can arrest another person, including the sheriff, but not an elected official. Now, listen. Listen, you got to listen. If you're going to learn anything, you got to listen. Then you can talk. Georgia law trumps city law, okay? So that's arcane. We don't have to worry about the sheriff being arrested by the coroner. It's not going to happen. If a police officer found the sheriff DUI, his ass going to jail. He's not going to say, hey, call the coroner. I need him to come down here and put the sheriff in jail. That's not going to happen, okay?
I'm not going to argue with that person. Look on Georgia books, and she got code spelled with a G-O-D. That just shows you she absolutely wrong.
Okay, here's another law degree person. Any citizen may arrest another person, including the sheriff, but not electors, members of the General Assembly, militiamen, or a coroner.
The sheriff is a private
person, or a coroner as a private person would be allowed to arrest the sheriff. Okay? Can the coroner arrest the sheriff? What on, man?
I thought you was okay.
Can the coroner arrest the sheriff? But the coroner is the only person who can serve a warrant on the sheriff at the direction of the probate judge. Okay?
Okay, maybe that's it, but still, that's the only one. But I'm saying, what do you say? Elected. The sheriff is elected.
Well, we praise God for that, but Mr.
The
Brown,
sheriff is elected. It's not a job like the police.
Amen.
The police chief is not elected.
Amen.
The sheriff
Amen.
is.
Yeah. We praise God for that legislation.
So that person is wrong, and it's spelled code and not gold.
Okay. Well, we praise God.
She said she's sorry for the typo, and she can admit when she wrong, Mr. Charlie Brown.
A woman told you that. Now sit down. All right, but let me go back to something real quick.
The coroner cannot arrest the sheriff, but the coroner is the only person who can serve a warrant on the sheriff at the direction of the judge. Probate.
Okay, because he's an elected official.
Mr. Brown, the law is the law. Now you go out there.
He's elected.
You go try to arrest the sheriff, see what happens.
Yeah.
But let me share this. Here's what I have seen, in particular in the 5th district, of how these people get reelected. I'll use social media, for example. In my district, we have a lot of people who are seniors who don't use social media. And so what people do, they will use that against them, and they will tell them anything. and I think y'all told me this. The one thing about an electorate that's at a certain age group, like the one I'm in, they go with what they're used to, not what's better. And that's how these people get reelected. You got folks like the person I challenge to go out there and tell them anything but the truth. And they know that because that's somebody they've seen and they're comfortable with, versus somebody who's saying, no, that ain't true. And so people play games like that. And that's how these folks get back in office.
All right, Julia, you can take over since you got so much already to say.
No, you can say it, man, because you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I don't want to say nothing no more. I'm tired of this. I see why Bernard got upset now, because y'all are so unfair. And the viewing audience, I don't always try to be right. I own up to stuff and I'm wrong. I might have got it. I was wrong. I was wrong, but that don't make the guy who said it was right about the Warren thing, but I had it wrong, but still, I'd still open up a line of discussion. If I didn't do that, it wouldn't have been no discussion about it.
You said that's what
everything we talked about, the clerk of Superior Court, we talked about the district attorney, but soon as I say that, everybody, including Jamal, they jump right in it with both feet because I be right so many times and they can't handle it.
But I thought Jamal was amazing.
Yeah. What?
I thought Jamal was amazing though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't meant to say what I say. Sometimes he make mistakes. That's all. You know, he made a mistake.
Jamal, you hear that? Jamal, you wrong.
Jamal made a what you call an honest mistake, which it happens sometimes.
Jamal, he said you're a liar.
No, it happened a lot.
He called you a liar.
No, he's no. He just put things correct. He knew I was.
They say play the video.
No, he know things was completely correct. I mean, that I had it a little confused, but he told you the only one can serve, not arrest, but serve because he's elected official. The police chief and the county chief, they're not elected.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Jamal. Thank you for shining the light. I appreciate you, brother. Your knowledge is wanted on this show. Thank you.
What about the Vernonburg police chief?
Vernonburg don't have a municipality. They only have a representative.
Anyway, we got about 7 minutes. If there is anything in open discussion that any of you would like to talk about, let's talk about it for the next 7 minutes before we
Sean got his hands up, Jew.
Go ahead.
Okay, because I have somebody about this, and they're saying yes, that mother should have been charged and all this other stuff, but I think that changed the game. What do y'all think about the verdict
in Michigan?
What is it, Minnesota?
Minnesota, okay.
With the mother, she is gone. They found her guilty. They said she was the last person with the gun, and she's, but Pops is the one that bought the gun. That went to training and all this other stuff. So it's like, what y'all feel on that?
Well, if I can go first, I'll be short. When it all happened, these people did not come and face what their son had did. They left. They stored a bunch of money, and they ran away, and they hid from law enforcement, so they couldn't be questioned and all that kind of stuff. Ooh. They knew what their son had did. In some ways, I thought that they egged them on and encouraged them to do those things. So she got what she deserved. Had she faced the questioning, had she faced the law and said, hey, we had no idea, no other parents have been charged except them. So, they showed that they were complicit in the things that their son did. A lot of people died that day, a lot of innocent kids and all. So, they should be tried, because if you're not walking in the room and seeing what your idiot son is doing, and he's an idiot, and he has the propensity to wreak havoc and cause a lot of violence, then you should be charged.
It's other word, Sean, it's your responsibility to protect him against other people in society. I know they love the boy, but a good parent it's their responsibility to nip it in the bud, rather have him lock up and put in an institute on something because he got something problem. You cannot take them and put them under your wings and just allow things to happen. They are guilty by association and knowing.
Yeah,
Rob, you got something to say?
Yeah, I think you all are both right. I think the thing is nobody's perfect. I'll begin there, but there's a certain standard that you've got to hold yourself to.
Right.
And I'll use this. You know, I have a number of nephews. All of my young cousins are my nephews, and you know, there's certain things I will let them get by with, but there's certain things I'm going to call them on. And you cannot go and injure or kill another person and think that's okay.
Correct.
And at that point, as much as I love you as a family member, you got to do the right thing. And you got to, when you hurt somebody or you kill somebody, you commit a violent crime, whether that be rape or whatever, you got to be held accountable for that.
All
so
right,
everybody in your
Louis, I'm
family.
going to close out. If y'all don't mind, Robert, great point. I want to compliment you tonight for sitting still and staying with us, which is A+.
I didn't want to threaten y'all, so you know.
I want to say, Sean, thank you for your great input. Julius, again, thank you for having us. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew tonight, but I hope them the very best and continue to bless their family. And for you, sir, you have a pleasant night. Try to keep employees working because they keep the business and keep us going. And I want to say one guest, and Jamal left. Maybe he had an emergency go, but there's not one person in this city is more due diligent in getting something done in this community as Jamal. And that's all I like to say. Thank you all tonight.
And I like to say this. We were on one subject. Sean was about to speak. You cannot come in.
Sean was still speaking, Julius.
No, he wasn't. He was about to speak.
No, he spoke on he the one brought it up.
And give us what he did. Yeah, but he was about to give a rebuttal. And
no, he wasn't going to give no rebuttal.
Y'all got to stop thinking that Sean, your show starts after a while, okay? Then you tell them, no, don't interrupt me, damn it. Robert telling you, no, wait a minute. Let me tell this in. Let me say this here. And Charlie Brown, he just over talking. You know, I'm watching it. Y'all go back and watch the show and see what y'all did to this man. Y'all can't do that. Charlie, just leave the show. We'll talk to you later, like Jamar did. You
still had 7 minutes left. I want to give a closing.
Well, wait till Sean get finished and then give your closing.
He is through. Look at him. He is through. What the hell? What the hell wrong with you? Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Oh man, it kind of threw my. But yeah.
You were talking about the family thing.
It's kind of crazy because of the simple fact that, you know, it's a big difference. Like, I was a bad kid too. My mama never bought me no doggone gun to try to calm me down. You know what I'm saying? She bought me a TV, but not no gun. You know, it's like, no, let me see if I can keep him in the house, but with this distraction here. Let me bring this TV. Because I used to stay out, gone all the time, all that. Robert, to you, just like you said, your nephews and all this other stuff, because at some point in time, when do we as a people sit back and say, okay, enough is enough. I know what you're about to do with that, and we're going to stop you. I mean, your family members, now you're not supposed to have that gun, but how far are you going to go with it? How far do you go with it?
Well, I'll be honest with you. This really happened. About 5-6 years ago, I had a family member, a male family member, younger than me, who was committing some issues, and I sat him down. And he's 6'4". By the time I got through with him, and I reminded him what my daddy was about, what his uncle was about, what his granddaddy, my uncle, his granddaddy was about. By the time I got through with him, he was in tears. I said, "Don't you ever do that again, because you were not raised like that, And as my daddy used to say, don't you embarrass the family name. And so I'm big on, I'm going to tear you down and build you back up. But if that don't work, you go out there and do it, you on your own. And so that's where I am with it. I'm gonna do my best to put some guardrails around you, but you keep on. And I'm gonna be real with you. If you're a family member of mine, they know this. I don't give a how big you are. If I have to put my hands on you, I will. Because I would rather me injure you or stop you as much as I can, and you go out there and make a fool of yourself. Because guess what? I have a brother who we should have did a little more with, but we didn't. And I was too young to do it then. But I'd rather correct a young brother than to see them behind bars. And I'm gonna end with this. I was in the court with Mr. Fields a few weeks ago. All three people that came from behind the thing with the chains on were black males. That was sickening to me. We gotta tighten up.
I guess. Oh, great one. Go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm through. I'm just waiting on y'all to make sure that y'all gave y'all closing summations so we can get the hell up out of here.
I can't read minds. A person made a comment. I can read minds. I can't read minds.
You're pretty good at it.
No, but I can do this. Listen, people. The grass always look greener on the other side. By any chance you move, be sure you can pay the water bill. Good night.
Goodbye.
There go that angel.
He's a fine.
That's an angel. Y'all know that the devil was an angel too, you know.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Oh, Julius, the man is a fine young man. I got nothing but respect for that man. And thank you so much for allowing me to be in your company.
What's the best school that there is, Charlie?
What you said? What you said, Mr. Brown? Say a little louder. Oh, video. Do we need a video to be played?
They say play the video.
Play the video.
He got laryngitis. He got a slight cold.
Take me off. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Y'all have a good night.
We'll get with y'all later. We love you. We'll see you next Wednesday. Don't forget tomorrow's tune in for all our Thursday and Friday shows. We got some great shows coming up for the rest of the week. And tune in, share. Good night, people. Robert, stay on. Charlie, y'all stay on 1 minute.
The Geechee Rich, the Geechee with.